Hello, you're all very welcome here to Belfield for the opening round of the Littlewoods Ireland Division 2 Camogie League, National Camogie League, and it's a game between Wexford and Kilkenny. I'm joined by Claire O'Connor and Kate Kelly to discuss the game as it goes on. And we have, up till about 5 minutes ago, it was a lovely day here in Belfield, but it's just started to rain here now, and there's a bit of a breeze blowing from right to left as you look at it, so maybe conditions might deteriorate over the course of the first half. Kate, you looking forward to the game?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose lack of games for the last since I suppose the 19th of December was the last time we seen a game in Croke Park, and a while before that for the Brogues. So I think everyone is eagerly awaiting a game, and I'm really looking forward to the game because I think we're looking forward to a new Wexford. Like, it was Kevin's first year last year, and this is his second year in charge, so he has a little bit more under his belt, as you'd say. Like, he's been able to see club championship, he's been able to get to know the Wexford girls a lot more, so I'm really looking forward to this year's campaign with the Wexford girls.
And from a Wexford point of view, Claire, we saw here last year in the couple of championship games there were plenty of bright sparks for Wexford and plenty of reasons to be hopeful for the future.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see it here. Kevin has kind of given the nod to people who came up trumps last year. Anya Lacey at full back and Laura at cornerback, and young Anna Hennessy there from St. Martin's. Lovely to see the young girls eager and being given the nod. Kate Kerwin there from Monclody as well, a minor last year, so you can get the gist of how young some of these players are. And it's nice to see a mix of clubs too, you know. Nice bit of variety, and some of the more experienced players now, you'd be calling the likes of Joanne Dillon and Sarah O'Connor experienced at this stage. Amy Cardiff in the middle of the field, and you know, it's great to see Wexford back out playing camogie. I know it's Kilkenny's second team with Division 2 today, so you'd be hoping for a good win from Wexford today, a strong performance and a good win. I know we have a couple of injuries as well, exams and whatnot, people abroad, so you know, looking forward to seeing how these girls get on today. I believe there's a great vibe in the camp at the moment, and people are enjoying training. Of course, we'd all be enjoying training now, given the fact that we've had COVID for so long. So, yeah, it's great to be back here, and looking forward to a good performance from Wexford.
And of course, this is the Kilkenny second team, which really shows the strength and depth that they have. Obviously, between their senior and intermediate teams, Kate, a similar situation as Wexford had maybe 10 or 15 years ago with such strength and depth for Kilkenny.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Wexford, I think, are rebuilding, and there's definitely a bit of strength and depth in the squad there. As for Kilkenny, the same. You'd have to say this is what they'll be looking to build up their number one team. Like, they were All Ireland champions. They've probably lost two big positions out of their team, so everyone will be vying to get onto that. You know, the first team in Kilkenny. So you'd imagine that the Kilkenny girls will also be living up to, you know, trying to prove themselves and move up the ladder onto their first team.
And we should be almost ready to go here in maybe a minute or two, a couple of minutes. The teams are going through their final part of the warm-up, and
see George O'Connor trotting across the pitch there earlier, Peter. I believe he's a great addition to the setup and bringing lots of energy and vibrance to training. So nice to see people like that involved. Mags Darcy is mentioned there as well. So anyone with some experience of how to win and how to get things done is always welcome, I suppose, for our Wexford team, and nice to see them involved.
It certainly is. And just before the start then, we'll run down through the lineups for both sides. So in goal for Wexford is Laura Brennan. The full back line is Anna Hennessy, Anya Lacey and Laura Dempsey. The half back line, Katie O'Connor, Sarah O'Connor and Emma Walsh. Midfield is Ciara O'Connor, Amy Cardiff. The half forward line, Anae Curran, Joanne Dillon and Kate Kerwin. And the full forward line, Ellen Roach, Roisin Kelly and Aoife Guiney. The Kilkenny side then in goal, Sinead Farrell. The full back line is Ciara Murphy, Roisin Phelan and Niamh Sweeney. The half back line, Anya Phelan, Leanne Fenley and Aoife Prendergast. Middle of the field is Aisling Curtis, Ciara O'Keefe. The half forward line, Eva Hines, Hannah Scott and Danielle Quigley. While the full forward line is Sophie O'Dwyer, Sarah Crowley and Trace Donnelly. So we'll try and keep you up to date as much as we can with maybe any positional switches or changes of that nature that happened during the game. And the referee is just calling the teams into the middle of the field now, or the captains in to do the toss. And Claire, that wind is freshening a little bit there from right to left, so that the team playing into the town end goal will have it in their back in the first half anyway.
I think it's going to have be a big factor in the game in the first half, Peter. It's quite strong, but look, you'd have to say that maybe this is just a shower and it'll take a lot of that breeze out of it. So I can see that Wexford are actually playing with it in the first half, so you'd hope that by the second half it'll have died down a little bit.
Biggest thing is to capitalise, I suppose, when the wind is there. Got to make the most of it, freeze, etc. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ellen Roach from Gorey on the freeze today. Linda Bulger is carrying an injury at the moment, so wouldn't be surprised if I saw Ellen Roach from Gorey taking the freeze today.
Well, it's 2 o'clock now and the teams are in the middle of the field and the referee is there as well, and we're almost ready to go. An eagerly anticipated start to the 2021 Camogie season. It's great to be back, and hopefully we'll see a good game here today in Belfield. An early scramble in the middle of the field, and it's collected there by Amy Cardiff. Amy is trying to bear down towards the Kilkenny goal, and there's an advantage being played. Hand pass inside to Joanne Dillon, and there's an early chance here for Wexford. A shot and over the bar from Joanne Dillon, and an excellent start there, Claire.
Brilliant push from Amy Cardiff. Great solo through the straight through the centre with a few players moving off, and well finished by Joanne Dillon. A lovely start for the girls.
A nice start there, Kate.
Great start, and look, there's a lot of intent in that start from the girls. Going straight down the middle straight away, and possibly I'd say Joanne was even pushing to get a goal.
And this ball breaks out around the middle of the field, and first to it there for Kilkenny is Hannah Scott, but it's flicked away by Sarah O'Connor, and Sarah has it under control now again, trying to burst clear of the attentions of a couple of Kilkenny players, but the referee has penalised her for over carrying it there, and it's going to be a free to Wexford, or to Kilkenny. Free taken by Aoife Prendergast over the far side there, and it's a low ball in towards the corner, gathered nicely there, and there's a chance for Kilkenny to level things again. The shot is on its way, but it's gone to the left hand side and wide. An early chance there, I think, was the corner forward over there, Trace Donnelly. Laura Brennan now with the puck out. It's a long one, lands down here towards Aoife Prendergast. Has it now for Kilkenny. A long ball up the line again towards Donnelly, who's there with Anna Hennessy, and it's broken in favour of Kilkenny this time. A hand pass inside, and there's a chance here. Scramble away for it there now. Katie O'Connor is there for Wexford, but Eva Hines has it under control now for Kilkenny, and it's spilled again. The rain is playing havoc a little bit early on, and there's a shot, and it looks like Kilkenny have equalised, Claire, and a nice score there.
Nice score. They worked hard for it. The Wexford backs might have been under a little bit of pressure there, but it'll settle now in a couple of minutes, and hopefully we'll get a score back with the next puck out. I think Kilkenny have the half-back line well covered with an extra man dropping back, so it's making it hard for Wexford to find players with the puck out.
A short puck out there to Laura Dempsey. Inside here to Emma Walsh. Emma flicked past to Amy Cardiff. Back to Laura Dempsey again, but it's just beyond her, and Aoife Prendergast has it now again. She's got on the ball a lot in these early stages, but that one is out over the sideline on a Wexford line ball. And the rain continues to team down here now in Belfield. Great cut inside there, and Roisin Kelly is out after it now for Wexford. Roisin is there with Roisin Phelan, and the ball breaks here, and Kilkenny seem to maybe have this under control for the moment. The referee was about to blow there, but the ball spills to the ground again. There's a battle away for it, but it's a Kilkenny defence who come out with it. Ball forward here, there's 2 Wexford to 1 Kilkenny, and it's Emma Walsh has it under control now for Wexford. She was nearly hooked there by Danielle Quigley, but Walsh still has it, and it's spilled to the ground eventually. Ciara O'Connor is there for Wexford, but again Kilkenny come away with it now by Danielle Quigley flicks it forward, and Amy Cardiff sends it in towards Roisin Kelly again in the full forward line. That ball is batted away again, and Aisling Curtis has it. A low ball out towards the far wing there. And this is some nice play from Kilkenny early on. Another low ball in towards the full forward line. Sarah O'Connor is there to sweep up for Wexford. She's under pressure at the moment from Sarah Crowley, but it's a free now to Wexford, and sort of end-to-end stuff at the moment there.
Yeah, Kilkenny defending well. They've dropped a player back. Emma Walsh seems to be free a little bit for Wexford, and we just need to sort out what we're doing with that, because Kilkenny seem to be taking the defensive approach, and you know they have it well manned back there. They're well organised. They know what they're doing, so we need to get on top of that.
A long-range free from Sarah O'Connor has gone into the goal. An awkward bounce in the AstroTurf goal, but it's straight up into the roof, and a good piece of fortune, I suppose, for Wexford, Kate.
Definitely, and Kilkenny will be raging with that. You know, the AstroTurf around the goal gave it such a bounce into the back of the net, but she did hit a great free from inside her own 70.
And this puck out here is won by Amy Cardiff, and Wexford have a chance to go on the attack again and extend their lead. Amy off her left-hand side is not connected with that well, but it's in towards the danger zone. The goalkeeper, Sinead Farrell, gathers it and sends it outside here. Long ball up the line. This looks like it's going to head very close to the sideline. Emma Walsh is there for Wexford again. Under pressure from Hannah Scott, and it's back here with Sarah O'Connor. Sarah sends away over towards the far side. Ellen Roach is out after it with Ciara Murphy. Ciara gets to it first and gathers it well. Low ball up the line. Katie O'Connor is out in front for Wexford. There's a good battle here between O'Connor and Hines so far, and Eva Hines sends that one in towards the middle here to Aisling Curtis. Aisling and Amy Cardiff are battling away for it there. There's an advantage being played to Kilkenny, and there was no advantage coming there, and a free now from the middle of the field to Kilkenny, and a good start to the game, Claire, and from a Wexford point of view, that goal could prove very helpful later on.
Well, they're the kind of scores you look for with the wind. An awkward bounce, a difficult one for the goalkeeper, and like Kate said, the AstroTurf there really kind of was unlucky on Kilkenny's behalf, but we'll take anything. It's 1-1 for us now, and hopefully they'll stay performing strongly in the first quarter.
And we're just pause for a moment here while there's a bit of attention for Ciara O'Connor. She has the helmet off, possibly a hand injury or something maybe.
Amy Cardiff is working really hard at the middle of the field. She's kind of providing a good link at the moment, and long may it last, because she is working really hard there for Wexford.
And it's unusual seeing both Ciara and Amy in the middle of the field, both wearing white helmets. I'm used to the black helmet and red helmet, so it's going to take a while to get used to the change of helmets.
You can see the influence of the senior Kilkenny squad on this intermediate team. They know what they're doing. They're very organised, aggressive, tenacious. You'd know that they're used to competitive training. So you can see that for their second team. You can see that they're well up to the standard. And
it's Aoife Prendergast is going to take this free. She's probably been the brightest spark for Kilkenny so far in the opening few minutes here, as Ciara O'Connor is still receiving attention on the edge of the D. And Ciara looks to be fit to continue anyway, which is good news. Free as well, struck in towards the danger zone. Nearly caught there by Amy Cardiff. There's a scramble for it now, and this could be dangerous if Kilkenny can get a strike away, but there's more of a scrum there than anything else, and the referee is going to throw it in on the 20-metre line.
Not the easiest day to catch a ball, Kate, is it? Wet conditions, slippery.
Clash ball there is contested by Sarah Crowley and Sarah O'Connor, and it's a free out to Wexford. I think there was some holding of the hurl going on there, and a free out for Wexford and a chance to clear the danger.
That's the second free Sarah has won like that. You know, people are holding on to her hurl. She's playing it well, and she's reading it cleverly, so nice to get two relieving frees out of the backs.
Long ball by Laura Brennan, breaks out around the middle of the field here, and it's collected nicely by Ciara O'Connor. Ciara's been held, and there's an advantage inside here. Ellen Roach, I think it is, over there, and she's hooked. The advantage is gone, but it's back here with Ine Curran, and the referee is giving a free in. There was some holding there, or a hurl across Ine as she was trying to make ground, Kate, and another chance for Wexford.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Ellen tried to take the shot there and recovered very well and got the ball out to Ine, and there was a tug back while she was trying to get out to the free player. But another scoring opportunity for Wexford, and I see Ellen Roach is going to step up to take this.
And no mistake there with the free by Ellen Roach, and Wexford go into a 4-point lead now, 1-2 to a point. Puck out is batted down nicely by Katie O'Connor, and Aoife Prendergast is out after it there with Amy Cardiff. Ball is still on the ground now, and Prendergast is still over it. It's hard to see who has it. I think it's still on the ground over there at the far side, but the referee might decide to throw this in if it doesn't come out soon, but it is out, and it's an Curran who has it. She's been held again. That's the second time in a couple of minutes, and the shot has gone wide, so the referee is bringing it back, and there'll be another chance now for Ellen Roach. So a good start there by an Curran at the far wing, Claire. She's won a couple of frees over.
Yeah,
there.
and she's taking it on, and she's doing what Anne does best. I mean, she's fantastic speed. You see her in any club game or inter-county game. She uses her strengths well, and you know, the fact that they're under pressure, they're pulling her back. Another free for Wexford, and please God, another score.
And as a reliable free taker yourself, Kate, it's always difficult to do it on a wet day, but it's a mark of someone who's very good at it, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. And Ellen has always been very accurate with frees and very confident over him. She's a sharp shooter, and you know, once you get the first one over, that always gives you that bit of confidence moving through the game.
And no mistake there again, 2 out of 2 now for Ellen Roach, and it's a 1-3 to 1 point lead for Wexford. Sinead Farrell now with the puck out for Kilkenny. It's sent over towards the far side again, between Katie O'Connor and Eva Hines there. The ball breaks here, and Kilkenny have it again. Ball sent forward, but it's half hooked and into the path of Ciara O'Connor for Wexford, and Ciara is charging forward with this one, a long range shot. That is really a great score, Claire, from that distance.
Brilliant score. She read it so well. You could see her dropping back for the puck out there. Kilkenny creating a huge space in our defence, and Ciara read that to perfection. A bad delivery, I suppose, by the Kilkenny player, but a fantastic opportunity taken by Ciara O'Connor.
Puck out change this time. It's over this near side, and nearly won again by Joanne Dillon. It just spilled out of her hand. Kate Kerwin is there for Wexford as well. Picked up an excellent pick up by Joanne Dillon. A shot off her right hand side is going in towards the goal again. The goalkeeper deals with it and sends it back out over this side again here. Back to Joanne Dillon. There's another chance here now for Wexford, and the danger is not clear. Maybe this will be a goal opportunity. Shot from Joanne Dillon, and a point, or second point of the game, and in very similar circumstances to the first score she got, Kate.
Yeah, and when Joanne gets that, she's a great sidestep, and she has the wrist work, and a good score from Joanne. Like, she'd be disappointed with the first one, but you know, when the opportunity came again, Joanne made no mistake and put it over the bar.
And Kilkenny are finding it quite difficult with the puck outs to get it much past the 65 here.
You can see the influence of the wind, and of course Wexford are kind of crowding it out too, so they're not giving them much room to take a puck out freely.
That's a longer puck out this time. It breaks there on the far 65. There's a battle for it now.
Wexford have won the last 5 puck outs by Kilkenny, so you know, that's probably the first one they've struggled to win cleanly.
There seems to be no one able to claim this one at the moment. There's a bit of a scramble for it here in the wet conditions as the rain continues to fall here in Belfield, but it breaks out here now. But again, we're back to the ground again. There was a ground stroke that time, only as far as Amy Cardiff now, and Amy sends it out towards this near side. Ellen Roach is out in front here. Ellen Roach and Anya Phelan. That ball is sent across, but it's batted back again to the 45-metre line. There's a battle again, and Kilkenny have this one cleared. Aisling Curtis hand pass outside and another ground stroke forward, but again it's the Wexford defence on top, and Sarah O'Connor sweeps up around that time to gather it, but it's spilled again in the wet conditions. And there's another battle on the ground. We might have a lot more of these before the game is over.
Given the space there, Peter, that Kilkenny are creating up front, like Anya Lacey and anyone in the full back line there and anyone from the half, they're doing well because there's an awful lot of space being created by Kilkenny there. You're looking at one-on-one and no one within 40 yards of them. So, you know, Wexford are doing well, but they would want to tighten up a little bit just to make sure.
I would say it's interesting as well. Kilkenny, you know, started the game off by dropping Sarah O'Connor's player back, and Sarah was dominating there, so they've actually moved her back up, and now they're only playing a 2-player inside full forward line. So they're trying to minimise the Wexford scores for the first half, definitely.
And you can see that this Kilkenny team, they're not afraid to try tactics as well. I mean, that's 2 tactics they've tried in 15 minutes. So.
And that free was pointed there by Sophie O'Dwyer, and Kilkenny reduce it to 6-point deficit now, 1-5 to 2 points. This ball hits the ground there at the far side, and Kate Kerwin has it under control now, trying to get away from the Kilkenny defence. There's a chance of a shot here. Kate takes the shot, and it's over the bar. A very nice score there by Kate Kerwin. Kate.
Yeah, excellent score, and you know, it's great to see it. She got her opportunity to make her debut today with the senior team, and that was a nice individual score by Kate Kerwin. She worked it, she got around her player and took the shot.
Another puck out, batted down by Katie O'Connor over the far side. And that ball is cleared there by the cornerback for Kilkenny, Ciara Murphy. Hannah Scott has it now for Kilkenny, and she's charging down. Maybe there's some good defending there by Wexford. Amy Cardiff and Sarah O'Connor are there. Sarah O'Connor is trying to charge clear. There's advantage being played. Hand pass forward here to Ciara O'Connor. Ciara's trying to get a bit of room to find a pass inside to Roisin Kelly. Roisin plants the feet and takes a long range shot. That would be wonderful if it goes over, but just to the left hand side and wide there.
A bit wishful, maybe from midfield, but I suppose you sometimes have to take a chance with the wind. Great defending there by Wexford, and 2 great breaks from Katie O'Connor there, batting the ball back. So we need to have somebody on the end of those to make the most of them.
Puck out here, breaks to Roisin Kelly again, sent low in towards the full forward line. Joanne Dillon is there, just spills from her hand, and Roisin Phelan has it and charging out for Kilkenny. Low ball up the middle, won by Hannah Scott here out in front of Sarah O'Connor. Another low ball in towards the corner. Shrees Donnelly is trying to get it, but it's flicked away, and Laura Dempsey has it now for Wexford. Laura is trying to burst clear of the challenge. Hand pass inside. Anya Lacey, good sidestep there, and a long clearance up, but it's I suppose maybe a little misplaced there, and Kilkenny have it under control again. Leanne Phelan, and it's gone out over the far side there for a line ball, and I think we have a water break now. So what do you make of the first quarter, Kate?
Yeah, excellent first quarter. You know, started with good intensity, and like you'd like to say that Wexford got off to a great start, you know, with the goal and with the point. And there is a good bit of movement. Like you can see that Joanne Dillon has actually stepped into full forward now, and you can see that Roisin Kelly is out around the half forward line. So great movement in the Wexford camp. You can see a little bit of nervousness out there as well, and probably that expectation on them to do really well because it is Kilkenny's second team. But you can see Kilkenny are actually a quick, fast, and you know, they're quite a good team as well, and they're using their tactics to pack back and try and minimise the scores. And I'd like to see a little bit more of what Ciara O'Connor did, shooting from around the middle, because I think we're well capable. And you saw Roisin Kelly tried it as well. On a normal day, Roisin would be slotting those over as well, so it's great to see that shooting from the middle of the field from the Wexford girls as well.
It's given a confidence too. You can see they're playing with confidence. They're seeking one another out, and credit to defence. Laura Dempsey was there the last time, but you know, it's very hard when you're one-on-one in defence with a strong forward to try and cover 40 yards of space. But they're reading the ball well for one another in the backs. Laura did at that time. Ciara O'Connor, Amy Cardiff, Sarah, Katie, they're all at it back there. So it's good to see that understanding. That comes with time, and I suppose last year would have been the first year a lot of these girls have played together. So it's nice to see that they've built on that, because that mightn't have been present last year. So it's good to see that they've definitely been building on things since last year.
And the Kilkenny team are making their way back out onto the field here, and Wexford are just about to follow them. 1-6 to 2 points here in Belfield. 16.5 minutes gone in the first half.
Good to see Wexford winning those Kilkenny puckouts. I think they've won 6 out of 7. So we're strong with the wind. It'll be interesting to see how the second half goes, but we need to keep that kind of momentum going when we have the wind and the rain in our backs.
And the game is on again. The ball breaks here around the middle of the field. Katie O'Connor kicks it forward. Kilkenny have it under control again. I can't quite make out who it is, but whoever it is was fouled over there, and a free for Kilkenny. It was Aoife Prendergast, in fact. She's been very good so far, Kate, for Kilkenny.
Yeah, definitely. And you'd have to say a lot of the play is actually on the far side, going down to that far corner, and she has been quite dominant for Kilkenny there in the half back line.
Similarly, on our side, I'd like to see Aoife Guiney getting the ball there. She's very dangerous in around the goal, so it'd be nice to see her getting the ball in her hand on this side of the field.
Free now taken by Aoife Prendergast, who's mishit slightly, lands a little bit short. Really nicely collected there, and Wexford have a chance to go on the attack again. Low ball sent in here towards Aoife Guiney. Claire just mentioned her there, and there's a chance here for Guiney to maybe skip away. A great sidestep there. Wexford have a chance again. Laid off to Joanne Dillon. An excellent first touch. Hand pass over to Ellen Roach. A great hook there by Aoife Prendergast to prevent that from being an almost certain goal. Ciara Murphy outside here, and that was some really excellent defending there, Claire.
Brilliant, brilliant. As we mentioned earlier, Aoife's having a good game for Kilkenny, and that was a vital hook there.
And again, we have a battle for the ball over the far side there, but it's Kilkenny who managed to clear it here. Up as a line ball is over there. So Aoife Prendergast now to take this line ball for Kilkenny over the far side. Mishit slightly, and Kate Kerwin wins it. Kate is being chased by two Kilkenny players. The hand pass just a little bit too far for Ellen Roach, and some good defending there by Kilkenny and Ciara Murphy, but it's back here. Amy Cardiff, a low ball in towards Aoife Guiney. Aoife's got on the right side here of Niamh Sweeney, and maybe there's a chance for Wexford. The ball just slipped away from Aoife there, but she has it on the second occasion. There's a great chance here. A shot from Aoife Guiney and a point, and it's now 1-7 to 2 points, an 8-point lead for Wexford.
Yeah, she definitely presents danger when she gets the ball in her hand, so it's good to see that score coming from her. Anya Lacey has moved out the field a little bit here. We can see her at midfield, number 3 on her back, but took a little sprint down the field there. A short poke out to the Kilkenny captain Roisin Phelan, who sends it forward here. The ball just goes beyond 2 there, and Emma Walsh wins it on the wrap around, but again she's just spilled it there. There was possibly a push, but the referee didn't see it the same way as the battle continues for the ball. Danielle Quigley has it now. A hand pass inside. Hannah Scott was almost able to lay claim to it now, but it breaks to the ground, and Laura Dempsey has it for Wexford. Laura is being tackled well, but the referee judges that she threw the ball out that time, and a free in for Kilkenny, Kate.
Yeah, and you know, they worked hard for it. I would have said it would have been a free out before that, because it was a blatant push in the back, but maybe we were on the right side of it to see it. But another opportunity for Kilkenny just to get another score on the board and keep that margin between the teams down.
And that free was nicely pointed there. Sophie O'Dwyer with 2 points now from frees, and it's a 1-7 to 3 point game here in Belfield. Long puck out again, and won by an A. Curran. There's an overlap here for Wexford. Good interplay, and back here to Roisin Kelly. A shot from Roisin is going to turn in nicely and over the bar from her left hand side. Claire, and a brilliant
great score. I mean, like, that is exactly what you want to see. 1, 2, 3 passes over the bar. Great reading of the game, great running off the ball. So well done to the girls. Well done, Roisin.
And the ball breaks here on the far 65 again, and it's collected by Kate Kerwin. Kate sends it low to Ellen Roach. Ellen has it under control nicely. Hand pass inside to Katie O'Connor. Katie flicks it forward, but only as far as Ciara Murphy for Kilkenny, who sends it forward. Breaking ball. Ellen Roach wins it there. She read it well. Hand pass to Ciara O'Connor. Ciara's wearing number 24 now. Perhaps there was some blood on her jersey from the previous injury she had there, but it's Roisin Phelan sends it forward here as far as Sophie O'Dwyer. Low ball inside here, and Kilkenny, but there's some good defending there by Ciara O'Connor to put the pressure on. One here by Anya Phelan, a hand pass outside, and the Wexford girls are doing well to defend this one. Kilkenny will be looking to try and reduce the gap at the moment. Ciara O'Connor back to Anya Lacey and back to O'Connor again. Wexford are being bottled into a corner here a little bit, but there's some good work to find a bit of space. Sarah O'Connor sends it forward. Only as far here as Anya Phelan and Roisin Kelly are there very close to the sideline. It hasn't gone out somehow or another. Ciara O'Keefe sends it back inside again, but some excellent reading of the game again by Sarah O'Connor, who sends it forward in here. Foot race between Joanne Dillon and Roisin Phelan. Dillon wins it on this occasion, and there's a chance here for Wexford again, but a great block down by Phelan there. First to the breaking ball here around the middle of the field with an excellent first touch is Kate Kerwin. Shot off her left hand side is going to just land a little bit short into the goalkeeper, Sinead Farrell. Clearance by Farrell down towards 2-on-2 here. Anya Phelan has it back inside, but again it's read very well by Sarah O'Connor, and they just can't seem to get it past Sarah in the half-back line there, Claire.
No, she's hurling hard, getting great support by the likes of Anae Curran and also Kate Kerwin. Like, they're working really hard. Second score from Roisin in a row there, but it's the hard work. You see Kate Kerwin, you see Anae Curran, 3 hooks in a row there. Brilliant work. Sarah reading the ball excellently, and it's the combination of all the girls working hard that's paying off here.
And that's 2 points in a row now for Roisin Kelly off the left and the right, Kate.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. And look at Roisin and the likes of Kate Kerwin. They're well capable of that. They're really growing into the game. I'm really impressed with Kate Kerwin and her work rate. Even the ball she missed past there, she was working back to get it in. And look, she's going to make a few mistakes today, but a great start for a debutant on today.
Puck out again. Comes off a helmet there around the middle of the field, and first to the breaking ball is Amy Cardiff. Amy hand pass inside to Laura Dempsey. Laura's always looking to get forward with it. Forward here to Anae Curran, but the first touch just spilled a little bit. Anya Phelan is trying to flick it forward, but Laura Dempsey is there again, flicked over the line, and a line ball for Kilkenny.
I would say that Kilkenny are definitely struggling to get the ball past their half-back line. You know, they've pulled out a player and they've pushed our free player back into the full-back line, but they're struggling then. They know they can't let the ball in long, so they're trying to carry it or work it in, but they're just struggling to get past their half-back line.
And it seems that our extra player is reading the ball, no matter who it is, Laura Dempsey, Sarah, Ciara, Anya, whoever it is, they seem to be reading the ball really well.
And we have Sophie O'Dwyer trying to get it up, and she was fouled as she did so, and she'll probably take the free herself now. Free by Sophie O'Dwyer, landing in around the danger zone. It's spilled, but it's gathered on the second occasion by Laura Brennan. Hand pass outside to Amy Cardiff, and the danger is cleared for the moment as the rain has stopped here, thankfully, in Belfield. Hand pass inside to Emma Walsh. Walsh is charging forward with her head up. She's hooked nicely, however, and the ball breaks here. Kilkenny have it back again. Sophie O'Dwyer. She's got 2 of the 3 Kilkenny points so far, and has a great chance for another one here now. If she can get the strike away, she can. And that's an excellent score off the hurl there, Claire.
Hard work from Kilkenny there, and Sophie was in the right place at the right time. I know we didn't get they didn't get a score from the free, but she made up for it there. 3 points for her. Interestingly, we've conceded more frees than them, even though our defenders don't seem to be under the same pressure.
Long puck out again. Breaking ball here, Leanne Fenley has it. Dropped the hurl there, which is a free under the new rules. The referee mustn't have seen it, but we play on anyway. And the ball breaks here and he's given a free to Wexford, I assume, on that occasion. But I suppose everyone gets caught when rules are changed, Claire or Kate, on picking them up straight away. We can't drop the hurl anymore.
No, you can't drop the hurl, and you can't, hand pass ball to the net. There has been a good few changes, so you can understand that maybe he's going to miss one or two, and the players, it takes them a while to get used to it too, because I think it was a natural instinct by her to drop it to lay off that hand pass.
Well, if you're in the habit of playing for 10 or 12 years or whatever length of time, and you're used to dropping the hurl, Claire, it can be difficult. But we look at this chance here now for Wexford again. Kate Kerwin off her left-hand side. I think it's going to turn in nicely, and another nice score by Kate Kerwin. I'm
delighted for Kate Kerwin. She's working so hard all day. It's her first day out with the seniors, just up from minor. I'm delighted for her because she's been working very hard off the ball, and it was a lovely score and great to see her having the confidence to take it.
Puck out is over this near side, and a nice catch there by Anya Phelan. Low ball in towards the corner. First to it there, however, is Laura Dempsey for Wexford. Laura has a bit of time now to decide what she's going to do with it. It's sent long. Roisin Kelly is there to add to it. The ball breaks. Aoife Guiney nearly has it under control the first time. And the ball breaks here again to Anya Phelan. Anya sends it low here to Sarah Crowley. A great bit of footwork there by Crowley to make a little bit of room, but she was blocked eventually then, and Kate Kerwin is trying to get away, and the referee again penalised her for overcarrying. A little bit harsh there, Claire.
A little bit harsh there. She was working, her socks off to try and get away with that ball. She was crowded, but 8 free we've conceded now, and hopefully we'll change that around in a couple of minutes.
But you would say the work rate there from Kilkenny was excellent. There was 3 players standing around her, standing off her, and getting the foul.
Good strike there by Sophie O'Dwyer. It lands in around the square. There is a chance for Kilkenny here, and there was definitely a foul. Therese Donnelly had it inflicted inside, and there's a free now to Kilkenny, and it's 1-10 to 4 points to Wexford at the moment. But if Kilkenny can finish the half well, Kate, maybe they'll go in with a win at their backs in the second half.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the second or third ball that Therese Donnelly has got in there. She's a lively, nippy, as you'd say, corner forward, and I suppose a player like that, the best thing is to keep the ball away from her. And look, she drew the free there again.
I think there's 3 minutes of added time as well before we hit half time.
And that free has been pointed. Sophie O'Dwyer's 4th of the game, Kenny's 5th, and Wexford lead by 1-10 to 5 points. Short puck out to Laura Dempsey again. This is a tactic we've used a couple of times so far in the first half here. Laura further up along the line again. Roisin Kelly is there. 3 Kilkenny girls are there too. And we've a battle away for it. Collected nicely there by Ciara O'Keefe. Ciara, short hand pass, but a little bit tight to be playing a hand pass like that. Emma Walsh has it now for Wexford. Hand pass inside to Roisin Kelly. Roisin is held, and we have a free to Wexford.
Bit of fortune for us there, because Roisin Kelly was taking her time on the strike, even though there was a girl right there, so it was nice to get a free there to hopefully pick up a score for us, or send it in around the square anyway. Joanne Dillon must be eager at this stage to get a ball in there. She hasn't seen the ball for a few minutes, and be nice to see her getting a ball.
Well, if Sarah O'Connor can connect this one well, it should be in around the danger zone all right, and she does connect with it well. Aoife Guiney is under it there for Wexford, and the ball does break to Joanne Dillon, but there was a little bit of holding, I think, and the referee is giving a free out to Kilkenny.
Pity, Joanne was on it. You kind of knew there was something good going to come of it.
I would say, though, as discussed before the game, it does appear that the wind has slightly fallen a bit, so Kilkenny won't have the same advantage in the second half as Wexford did in the first, which is great from a Wexford point of view.
Free is taken, batted down here. Anya Phelan has it for Kilkenny. She does well to maintain control of it there. Back inside to Sophie O'Dwyer, and back again here to Niamh Sweeney. Niamh sends a long ball up the same line, and there's 2 Wexford girls there to Kilkenny, and I think it's Anya Lacey has it, and it was very well gathered there in an awkward situation.
That was a super pick up by Anya Lacey. She had 3 girls around her. She got over the ball and got it into her hand and won the free. It was an excellent play, really, on the quiet.
Sarah O'Connor is trying to pick out Joanne Dillon. A good run, a good first touch. Flicked inside here to Ine Curran. Some good defending by Leanne Fenley there. Back inside, Roisin Phelan has it now for Kilkenny, and that's half time here in Belfield in the Littlewoods Ireland National Camogie League Division 2, and it's Wexford who lead by 110 to 5 points. As we said there a moment or two ago, Claire, the wind has dropped that little bit, so good news for Wexford and bad news for Kilkenny.
Of course, yeah, we'd be happy with that as Wexford followers, that the wind has dropped, the rain has gone. More difficult conditions for Kilkenny in the first 15 minutes, but Kilkenny have seemed to have had a purple patch there for the last while. Although they've worked well all through, they seem to have been, getting a little more clever with the ball up front, using their players better, getting the ball to Therese Donnelly, Sarah Crowley and Sophie O'Dwyer. They're working hard in there in the full forward line. Sometimes when you're trying to deal with an extra defender, it is hard to master scores or whatever. I know they've five on the board and 3 from frees, but at the same time they're generating a little bit more opportunity for Kilkenny, and it'll be interesting to see if they can maintain that momentum now in the second half.
And what areas in the first half impressed you, Kate, from a Wexford point of view?
I think from a Wexford point of view, I was very impressed with their movement off the ball. They're looking up for each other and finding a person around them. It takes time to develop that, and Wexford are slotting into it very well today. Like out of backs, there seems to be someone running off the shoulder for the quick pass on the way out, and the same in the forwards. Like, you have 5 of the 6 forwards after scoring, and a lot of them have come off a pass from someone else. So I'm kind of impressed by the teamwork here today and the working together. And look at, it's still 110 to 5 points, which is a great lead for half time for the Wexford girls, and at least they can go in now settled into the second half and maybe express themselves a little bit more in the second half.
And there's a good spread of scores as well, Claire.
Yeah, good spread of scores. And as Kate said, a lot of it comes from teamwork and familiarity and people running off the ball. Only 1 wide each as well, which kind of shows that there's no wasting really going on, and not too many crazy shots being taken. Both teams playing cleverly enough, and nice to see the girls who have just come on today working so hard. I know we've mentioned them a few times, but lovely to see the likes of Roisin Kelly playing so comfortably now, and Kate Kerwin and Anna Hennessy there, although she's not seen much of the ball. I know she was there last year as well, but the younger players, the less experienced players, playing with confidence and familiarity, and that can't be easy given that COVID has been such a major factor in the previous year's training, or the last 2 seasons really. So I think they're all doing really well. I suppose it is worth saying as well that if this was Kilkenny's first team, it would be a little bit more difficult for Wexford to maintain such a lead of 8 points. But I think they're working really well, and I think it's a nice start to them for the first half an hour of the year, and hopefully they can build on that now for the second half.
Yeah, well, we'll see the second half shortly in a few minutes' time. We'll just take a 5-minute break here to rest ourselves, and we'll be back with you again. And the teams are back out onto the field now, ready to start the second half here in Belfield in the Littlewoods, Ireland National Camogie League, and it's Wexford who lead by 110 to 5 points in an entertaining first half. We haven't seen any changes yet, but I'm sure there will be at some stage in this second half. The referee is just about to throw in the ball. And the game is on. The first one to win it there is Ciara O'Connor wearing number 24, trying to burst clear of a challenge there. It's flicked away from her nicely by Anya Phelan there. The ball is on the ground now, and A. Curran is there for Wexford. Ciara O'Connor is still there, and Anya Phelan is also there for Kilkenny, but no one can quite get a grasp of it at the minute. Anya Phelan off her left hand side sends it forward up here towards Eva Hines, but it's well defended that time by Katie O'Connor. Katie back to Sarah O'Connor, and a low ball in towards the corner. Some good defending here by Kilkenny. Ellen Roach is battling away for Wexford there, and it's back here now with Joanne Dillon. Joanne has time to plant her feet and take a shot, but that one is going to tail over to the left hand side and wide. That's Wexford's second wide of the game.
Yeah, Ellen did well there. She was trying to hold her player, trying to hold the defender from coming out. It's just a pity we didn't get a score out of it, but you have to try these things.
Come on, Eva.
It'll be interesting to see now how far these Kilkenny puckouts are going to go with the little bit of a breeze with rather than against, and it's well past the middle of the field here by Sinead Farrell. Hannah Scott has gathered it now. Sarah O'Connor is there, but Scott sends it low in towards the full forward line. Sarah Crowley has it. Good flick away there by Laura Dempsey, and Anya Lacey is over it as well. The ball is still on the... As soon as I said the ball is still on the ground, Anya Lacey has it up and is trying to get away, and a free out to Wexford, and good defended by Anya Lacey.
Brilliant again, gets it for a tall girl. She's well able to get down over the ball. That's the second time she's picked the ball out of a crowd like that and taken her a few steps and won a free. So good work by herself and Laura Dempsey there over in the corner.
Yeah, they're very strong over the ball, and you know, like Anya's a huge presence there, and you would say the same all the way up the spine of the team. Like Sarah has a huge presence at centre back, and the girls midfield are dominating their area, so you'd have to say Wexford are building strong from the back.
A well placed free that time was towards Emma Walsh, but just spilled it out of her hand, and the ball is on the ground. Good work here by Anya Phelan to send it forward here. Very nice defending there by Amy Cardiff to flick the ball away, and Katie O'Connor has it under control. There's too many steps taken there by Katie O'Connor. There was some good challenging there by Eva Hines for Kilkenny, and it's going to be a free in for Sophie O'Dwyer in Kilkenny.
Trace Donnelly there did a lot of work as well. Even though the Wexford girls had possession, the Kilkenny girls turned that over really well, put them under pressure, and another potential score for Sophie, who has scored all but one of Kilkenny's scores up to now.
Free is sent low, dangerous ball in there, and there's a chance for Kilkenny now.
Go on, Danielle. Go on, Danielle.
Danielle Quigley is trying to get it up in the middle of the D there, but some very nice defending. Ciara O'Connor is coming clear with it now for Wexford. Danielle Quigley is out after her, but it's still with O'Connor again. A hand pass forward here. This is nice play, and A. Curran has it now, and there's an overlap here with Kate Curran is running as well, and Roisin Kelly has made a nice run. Some nice defending there by Roisin Phelan for Kilkenny to slow up the Wexford attack. The ball squirts across here towards Joanne Dillon. Joanne is trying to get it under control, but I think it's Ciara Murphy there who's not letting her get it up very easily. And there seems to be another bit of a scrum for this ball. But it's Aisling Curtis who comes away with it now for Kilkenny. Amy Cardiff intercepts that one and sends it back down towards Anae Curran. A very good first touch by Anae, and she's away now maybe, and there'll be a chance for Anae to take a shot. The shot is on its way, the goalkeeper is looking up, and the ball is over the bar. That's Anae's first score of the game, and we have all 6 Wexford forwards have scored now, Claire.
I was just about to say I'd like to see Anae Curran run a bit more with the ball. I mean, that's her absolute strength. She didn't run with the last one, but there she went on her solo and took her score really, really well.
And this puck out was won here by Sarah O'Connor, and Sarah is going to drive forward. She got a marvellous goal here last year in the championship with a similar type of a run. This shot off her left hand side is heading goal bound, and it's very close, but it's just gone to the left hand side and wide.
And she does that so well, Peter. She moves up through the centre, the strength of her and the speed of her, and she's not afraid to take it on, and yet is able to get back. It usually ends in a score, not this time, but maybe next time.
I think it was against Offaly last year, Kate, wasn't it? She made a great run up the middle and top corner.
Definitely, actually, I think it was probably against Galway. No,
I can't remember. Possibly,
but it was one of the scores of the year, definitely for Wexford last year. I think herself and Ciara might have. She laid it off and got it back and buried it. It was a fantastic score. But you can see the three girls in that triangle, Amy, Ciara, and Sarah, are quite strong, bringing the ball out the middle. And you know, they're so quick and their strides are so long. They're actually take it completely out of danger zone and get themselves a bit of space to strike.
Kilkenny have made a double substitution there. One of them is Laura Green, who's there on the ball now, but I'm not sure who the other one is. We'll try bring you that now in a moment. But the substitute Green is battling away there with Ciara O'Connor for the ball. And Laura Green has it up, it's sent forward. Sarah O'Connor is there for Wexford, and she sends it low in towards the corner. Aoife Guiney is there with Niamh Sweeney. Good battle so far. Aoife got a nice point in the first half, but Niamh Sweeney has also defended well at times. Ciara Phelan was the other girl who was brought in there for Kilkenny. So Ciara Phelan and Laura Green are in.
Like Kate alluded to there earlier, to see Ciara O'Connor and Sarah and A. Curran taking their solos on, I mean, it feels like we're presenting real danger for the Kilkenny defence if we can just take the ball on a bit more and run at them. A bit traditional, I know, but I mean, it's working for us when we do it.
Kilkenny are on the attack now again. A ball here. Trace Donnelly has it up out ahead of Anna Hennessy, but it won't be easy to get away from Anna. But that's a good shot by Trace Donnelly heading in towards the goal. A good catch by Laura Brennan in the goal. A good confident piece of goalkeeping there. And the pass is out here towards Anna Hennessy. Anna is trying to get away from Eva Hines. And a free out, I think, for Wexford, and some good goalkeeping there under a high ball, an awkward ball, Kate.
Yeah, excellent from Laura Dempsey. I suppose the goal in the first half made them all very aware of the bouncing around there, and Laura was well outside the square patch to take that ball before it posed any threat, and confident. She's shown a lot of confidence under the ball.
Sarah O'Connor sends this one down the line. Ellen Roach is there trying to get it, but it's gathered, or almost gathered there by Ciara Murphy. Ellen Roach has it now again for Wexford. Forward in towards the full forward line. Roisin Kelly was out in front but just couldn't quite gather it. Back with Roach again for Wexford. Ciara Murphy is there with the swing, but it breaks again and Kilkenny clear it. Only as far as Amy Cardiff. Amy back to Ciara O'Connor and a low clever ball inside to an A. Curran, and plenty of room for an A. Can she add her second point? She can, and that's 2 points in the second half now for an A. Curran, Claire.
And another good link. It mightn't have ended in a score the last time, but Ciara to an A there. Good work and a lovely score for Wexford.
Poke out again. Sinead Farrell sends it over towards the far side. A nice hook there by an A. Curran again. And it's the substitute Ciara Phelan over there, the far side, who's trying to make headway with it, and she does. It's sent forward, but again only as far as Sarah O'Connor. Sarah took a little bit too much time to strike that one, but managed to keep the ball and keep Wexford on the attack again, but it's flicked away again. Danielle Quigley was the one who did it. Laura Green inside, and it's sent forward again here. Therese Donnelly is trying to get it, and Anna Hennessy is battling away there as well, but collected again by Katie O'Connor. Katie forward to Anna Hennessy. And this ball into the corner is going to favour Roisin Phelan in the Kilkenny full back line. There was a little bit of a one-handed swing there by Roisin Kelly, but some good defending by Roisin Phelan, and it's sent forward up the middle. This ball is going to reach Sarah Crowley all the way in the full forward line for Kilkenny, and there's a little bit of an open defence here. There's a chance, there's a bit of holding going on, there's an advantage being played. It's flicked in towards Hannah Scott, and the referee saw there was no advantage, so a free in, and Wexford a little bit open there, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. Quick ball in there from the Kilkenny back, and left Crowley kind of came out and picked the ball up very well, and left Anya very exposed, and maybe she felt that was the only thing she could do, just to Stop them getting a goal, I'm not sure, but
I think Anya has manned her well all day. I feel like the Kilkenny supporters are waiting for this Crowley girl to get the ball, but Anya has managed her quite well all day. Laura Brennan was ready for that anyway, and say Anya Lacey is handling Sarah Crowley very well, because it feels like they're waiting for the opportunity for her to get a ball and get a goal for them.
Well, we have Sophie O'Dwyer on the free again, and that one has gone over the bar. I think on the basis of what we saw in the first half, I think Sarah Crowley is quite a fast player, Kate. She had some great side steps here below in front of us in the first half, and I think if she got the ball in a bit of space, she could be quite dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. Like, she was definitely a player that came through WIT and always had potential. She probably had a spell or two in the Kilkenny panel, and I would say she's one player on this panel maybe is looking to move up the ranks and has potential, but I do think Anya is manning her very well today, and she hasn't seen much ball to show that potential.
Ciara Phelan was hooked there by Aoife Guiney, and there's a chance now for Wexford maybe again. There's plenty of Kilkenny bodies back at the moment, but it'll all depend on which way the ball spills, and it spills to Ciara Murphy, who's been very solid in that cornerback position for Kilkenny so far. Here now again with Katie O'Connor. Katie is trying to skip clear of Eva Hines, but some good defending by Laura Green there, and Wexford couldn't just quite create a scoring opportunity that time. A long ball sent forward in here. Trace Donnelly is trying to get out in front of Anna Hennessy, and Sarah O'Connor is there as well, but that's some excellent work by Trace Donnelly there. Sarah O'Connor manages to get up off the ground. There was a bit of a push in the back, and a free to Kilkenny on the 45-metre line, Claire.
Yeah, she did well there to win a free out of that, Eva Hines. She did very well, because we had two extra defenders there. I think Anna Hennessy is trying to get out in front of Trace Donnelly there. Trace Donnelly is quite a speedy player, so it's not easy for a cornerback to judge that and try and get out in front, but hopefully from Wexford's point of view, it won't come to anything, but again, an opportunity for Sophie to score 5 out of 7 for Kilkenny if it goes over.
And Wexford are making a triple substitution there. I know Roisin Kelly and Aoife Guiney and Katie O'Connor are the three who have gone off. Leah Walsh has come in, I think.
Orla Sinnott,
and who's the third? Kate, do we know yet?
Emma Dempsey.
Emma Dempsey has come on for Roisin Kelly.
So it'll be interesting to see how those girls go. It's a good opportunity to see test the strength of a panel, Claire.
Exactly, and I mean when you're 8 points up, I know that's another score for Sophie there. 5 of their 7 from one player wouldn't be great, but it's just back to the point of the Wexford players. Good to see players getting a chance, especially when you have 8 or 9 points of a lead.
Ball forward here is trying to pick out the substitute. Orla Sinnott. Orla has it under control with her first touch. Hand pass inside to Ellen Roach. And there's a chance here now for Kate Kerwin. There's a high tackle and a free in for Wexford, and a chance to get back that point that Wexford conceded a moment ago from that free.
A confident first touch from Orla as well, so good to see her handling the ball immediately when she gets on the field. It's nothing like to have your first touch as a positive one. It'll give her confidence now to go on and get the next.
And that free is just mishit by Ellen Roach, and the goalkeeper flicks it out there. There's a collision there between Emma Dempsey and Ciara Murphy, I think it was, the Kilkenny cornerback. And it's cleared long down the centre here. Amy Cardiff is there for Wexford, but so too is Sarah Crowley for Kilkenny, and the ball seems to be caught on somewhere, whether it's on the ground or under an arm or something, but it's going to be a throw-in, I think.
Who's on the gap? Who's in the gap, Sarah? Come on, Danielle.
And again, we have another battle for the ball here. Wexford have it up. Leah Walsh it is who sends it forward down towards Emma Dempsey, but Leanne Fenley is covering across nicely for Kilkenny there and sends it back up the same line it came from. I think that might have come off the foot of the Kilkenny corner forward linesman, seems to agree, and line ball is taken quickly, but it's a bit short, and maybe
unlucky.
A little bit too much haste there.
Yeah, a little bit too quick maybe, and I suppose Amy was doing the right thing by running off and taking a quick one, but you need to be sure that you're the 10 metres away or whatever to get those things right.
And we have a whistle over the far side, and I think it's going to be a line ball for Wexford, and we're in a bit of a lull at the moment, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, but you can see a lot of the Kilkenny people on the far side are protesting it. I'm not sure what it's for, but it seems to be a Wexford line ball. You know, interestingly enough, we're winning kind of quite comfortably, and Kilkenny are playing with that sweeper at the minute. I'd actually love if Wexford tried to just everyone push up. You know, push up. You know, if we were under pressure in some game and you had to push up to get the scores, I think days like today would be the ideal opportunity to try it.
And there's a chance here now for Kilkenny. I think it's Hannah Scott who's managed to put that one over the bar, and that's her first score of the game.
Lovely score, and she's actually moved into full forward, and the Crowley, Sarah Crowley, number 14, has moved out the field. So interesting that the change has worked for them so far.
This puck out here is towards an A Curran, and A gathers it well and twists away from two Kilkenny girls. Sarah Crowley is out after it, but an A still has the ball. There's a hurl under her arm there, but she still manages to flick it off to Ellen Roach, and there's a chance here for Wexford. Good work by Roach. The flick pass just goes to the ground a little bit, but there's still a chance for Wexford. Kilkenny are there in plenty of numbers, however, defending very nicely. And it's gathered by Leanne Fenley. Hand passed inside to Laura Green. Laura sends it forward and it breaks to the ground here. Ciara O'Connor is trying to get it, but it's actually Sophie O'Dwyer who has it now for Kilkenny. Hand pass inside was a little bit too strong, and we have another battle for it now again on the ground. There's no one can quite get claimed to at the moment. The referee spotted a little bit of holding there, and a free for Kilkenny. I think we might be at water break time. We are. It's 1-12 to 8 points to Wexford. Wexford lead by 7 points here at the water break, Kate.
Yeah, look, it's been a positive opening second half, but you know, maybe we're a bit relaxed, or we don't seem to be as fluid as we were in the first half. We're not getting the same amount of scores, while Linnea Kern has come a lot more into the game. I feel we don't have the same push forward from the rest of the girls, and I would say that the ball is not even getting into the full forward line because we haven't seen Joanne much on the ball. So look at it, the last 15, I'd like to see Wexford up in the tempo and really pushing on at this game, and you know, driving out a good score.
We've scored 1-2 from frees, which means we've had 10 scores from play. I mean, that's a good return, but as Kate said, we'd like to see that lifting a bit more. We're going to come up against more stiff opposition going forward. So even though we're playing good camogie, as she said, a little bit relaxed. You know, sometimes when you get a lead like 8 points or 9 points, sometimes you do take the foot off the gas a bit, but this is an opportunity for Wexford to really push on now and make hay while the sun shines. The conditions have improved hugely. We definitely are the better team here today, and with all those new players on the field, it's great to get a chance to express themselves now as players and as a team. And I suppose we can't forget either, this is the first game of the year. They haven't had any great playing time against, you know, opposition outside of the county, so to speak. So it's good to see that they're enthusiastic and that, you know, things are positive anyway, and there's not too many mistakes being made out there. I mean, we've very few wides, 10 frees conceded, but I mean, Kilkenny have 13. That's maybe a referee's choice as well. So hopefully this last quarter now will serve Wexford well.
Well, the two teams are making their way back out onto the field here in Belfield, and we have conditions are back to the way they were 5 minutes before the start, before we had that rain for half an hour. So it's a lovely afternoon for hurling now at the moment, Kate. Yeah,
it's absolutely brilliant now, and you know, I'm looking forward to the last 15 minutes of this game to see how both teams are going to finish this game out and make use of the fine weather maybe.
Well, we'll see if Kilkenny can make use of this free in they have now. Aoife Prendergast is going to take it from her own 65. Judging by what we've seen so far, she has the potential maybe to put this one over. It's well struck, and it has gone over. That's an excellent score, Claire.
Brilliant score, absolutely brilliant score from midfield. A little bit of a breeze behind it, but that'll give Kilkenny a lift now. A lift that, as Wexford supporters, we don't really want. This is the 8th puck out now. We've already won 5 of them. Hopefully this will be our next one to win. We need to get on and get a score now.
Leah Walsh is there for Wexford and has it gathered from the puck out. Back here now, and there's an advantage being played to Wexford. A low ball sent in towards Joanne Dillon, and this is maybe one of the only opportunities Joanne has had in this second half to get a bit of space out in front of Roisin Phelan, and Joanne Dillon is still bearing down on goal. Hand pass inside. There's a great chance here now for Wexford, but Emma Dempsey just couldn't quite win it there, and Roisin Phelan flicks it outside. Laura Green has it now for Kilkenny. Aoife Prendergast sends it long and over the far side, but it's won there by Wexford again, and Ciara O'Connor has it. Ciara dashing forward with it now, looking for someone to give it to, and A. Curran has it. A shot off her right hand side by an A. Curran, and that's her 3rd point of this second half, and another well worked score with interplay between numerous players, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. And look at Ciara drew 3 players to her there, and Nay was screaming for the ball in the middle, and a great score for an A. Curran. And
the game is underway again. Flicked here, Orla. Kate Kerwin has it, I should say. I was going to say Orla Sinnott penalised again for overcarrying. Again, a little bit harsh.
A little bit harsh, yeah. He's blowing that whistle a little bit too much for our liking up here. But anyway, we won't. If it was free going the other way, we wouldn't disagree with him, you know. See Maeve Sinnott making her debut there. Number 29 has come in at into the cornerback position. She's from Clody, a clubmate of Kate Kerwin. So again, another young player getting in to get a chance. And
Katie O'Connor is the person who's made way there, as Emma Prendergast sends that one over the bar again. Or Aoife Prendergast, I should say, has sent that one over the bar again, and it's 113 to 10 points now, and Kilkenny are just gradually eating away at this lead, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, it's only a 2-score game. If they got the opportunity to get a goal in, I could feel that this game could be quite frantic in the end, but look, you'd hope that Wexford would put another score or 2 together to take away that threat.
There was some good work there by Orla Sinnott, but she just couldn't quite prevent it from going out over the sideline. A line ball to Kilkenny.
Danielle Quigley and Trace Donnelly there doing good work for Kilkenny. You can see their confidence has picked up a bit. They've gotten 2 brilliant scores there in a row, and Wexford I'd love to see a reply from Wexford now just to settle them down again.
That line ball was sent inside, but it breaks here favourably for Ellen Roach, but she can't quite get it under control. Aisling Curtis sends it forward here as far as Amy Cardiff. Amy has it. And now Sarah O'Connor has it sent forward. There's 2-on-1 here. Kilkenny have the advantage at the moment, but the one is an A. Curran, who's had a really top class second half here for Wexford. She's trying to get away, and her hurl is being held, and that's the 3rd free, and A. Curran has won in a similar way, and a chance now for Wexford to settle things a little bit clear. Yeah, it's exciting to see A getting on the ball. I mean, I know we've said it a few times, but she seems to do something every single time she gets it, and they can't seem to manage her if she takes off. So it's another opportunity for us to settle Wexford again. Just a few minutes left, but as Kate said earlier, there's only 6 points between them, and this would just put a little bit more light between them now if we could make it a 7th. Ellen Roach with the free. She scored 2 out of 2 already on the frees, and that's 3 out of 3. A very good score there. And a 7-point lead for Wexford again. 114 to 10 points here in the Littlewoods Ireland National Camogie League. Book out is sent up the middle, but it's won by Wexford there, and Ciara O'Connor sends that one over the bar, and an excellent score there again. Absolutely brilliant. Win it yourself, won the puck out herself, moved on to it, showed her athleticism, showed the range she has as well on her drive on the ball, and popped it over. And Kilkenny are trying to go on the attack again, but that pass forward is intercepted by Emma Walsh. Ciara O'Connor is dispossessed by Sophie O'Dwyer there, and we have another bit of a ruck on the ground, and again there's some pushing and shoving, but it's Amy Cardiff trying to get away. An advantage to Wexford again, and a chance for Ellen Roach to put another free over the bar, Kate. Yeah, Ellen was eager to go take that, but I think Sarah's going to come forward from centre back, and look at it against the wind. I think that's probably a better move. Push Ellen back in and let her stay in around if the ball breaks out, and she can put it over the bar from there. Still a lot of space in our defence, and even though we're comfortably 8 points ahead, I'd like to see it being closed up a little bit just for future reference and to be sure of what they're doing against tougher competition. Aoife Prendergast now charging clear with this ball for Kilkenny. 115 to 10 points here in Belfield. That flick forward has not worked out to her liking. However, Emma Dempsey is there with the ball now. Sent crossfield here towards an A. Curran, but Aisling Curtis sends it back inside here to Leanne Fenley, who sends it over again down the throat to Sarah O'Connor. Really, that's happened a lot in this game. Possibly a combination of some aimless balls forward, but also some very good position by Sarah O'Connor, Kate. Yeah, Sarah has had a great game at centre back today. She's positioned herself very well at centre back and picked up any loose ball and covered across for the half backs and full back line, and I would say she has had a kind of commanding game there at centre back. was a bit of a late pull there that time on Laura Dempsey. I'm not sure that the official spotted Claire, but if we speak loudly enough, they might hear us.
I don't know if he saw it, but maybe he'll hear us, Peter. Yeah. Laura Dempsey having a steady day all around, so I think it's going to be a Wexford ball. So maybe he heard us, Peter.
Yeah, maybe he did hear us, but it seems to be a Wexford free anyway. And regardless of what happened, it was the right decision, I think, because there was a bit of a late slap across Laura Dempsey there. She just hand passed it away, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. And the ball was gone. It was definitely a late slap, and correct. The referee is correct. It's a Wexford free.
Sent forward, Joanne Dillon is the target. Nicely gathered there. Turn and strike off her right hand side. This would be really the score of the game if it goes over, but it's unfortunately just gone to the right hand side and wide. But some great work there.
Lovely movement off the ball. Great ball from Sarah. Lovely catch. She seems to have great control on the ball today, even at the wettest parts of the game. Joanne's first touch seems to be very good, so we just like to see a few more balls getting into her there at full forward.
Poke out, Sinead Farrell sends it low. Roisin Phelan, the Kilkenny captain, sends it forward, and we have a race now for the ball. The first to win it is Maeve Sinnott for Wexford, who was brought in there, the most recent sub to be brought in for Wexford. Some good interplay here again. Ciara O'Connor seems to have great energy to be getting up and down the field. A shot off her right hand side by Ciara O'Connor, and another score. That's her third point now, Kate, and she's shown great athleticism during the course of this game.
Absolutely, and any ball there around the 45 to 70 yard line, Ciara is very comfortable taking the shot against the wind, which is brilliant. I'd nearly say that was probably the score of the game. It came from corner back, just brought in Maeve Sinnott into her club mate Emma Curran, and a lovely pop pass into Ciara O'Connor.
And there was a foul there by Orla Sinnott on Kilkenny, number 2 I think it was, who was fouled, Ciara Murphy. But Aoife Prendergast now has a chance to get her third long range free.
It's kind of from the same position as well, Peter. She's pretty much in the same spot she scored her first one, so
another good strike again. I think it's going to turn in nicely and over the bar again.
Yeah.
And really excellent free taker, obviously. We've certainly seen it in the second half anyway, Kate.
Yeah, I think Aoife Prendergast has definitely been a strong force for Kilkenny in this game. Like, her free take in her game in the first half was quite strong on the first half, but an excellent free, Peter.
And we have another Wexford sub preparing to come in, and another 2 Kilkenny subs. We'll try and pick out. I think it's Una Sinnott is going to come in for Wexford, but I'm not 100% sure who the 2 Kilkenny girls are until they turn around now, and we'll see. But
they all seem to be happy to experiment and give girls game time today, which is probably a good enough idea, considering that, you know, they'll need all these players as the games progress. It's a short season. You could be dealing with injuries. You don't know what's in front of you from game to game. The games will be coming hard and fast, so it's good to give everyone a bit of game time.
Well, I can definitely see that Shauna Tracy is in for Kilkenny, and there's a chance here now for Kilkenny to add another score. The puck out was misplaced a little bit, and we have a score there by Eva Hines. Wexford puckouts have been very good so far. That one, we're inevitably that the odd one will go astray, but most of them have been very good, Claire.
Yeah, Laura very, very good with the puckouts, even with her frees, and she's very pointed and accurate. She'll be disappointed with herself. She'll know that it went astray a bit, but I mean, everyone is kind of entitled to one mistake in a game, I suppose, and you know, she'll improve on that now. Yeah,
and the Wexford sub there, Una Sinnott, came in for Ellen Roach on the Wexford side there only a moment or two ago. We'll try and pick you out who the second Kilkenny sub that time was, but one of them was certainly Shauna Tracy, and it's here Una Sinnott on the ball now for Wexford, but it's flicked away very well by Ciara Murphy. Ciara has had a very solid game in the cornerback position for Kilkenny so far in this game, as Wexford lead here by 7 points, 116 to 12 points. There's only a few minutes left in this game, plus whatever injury time the referee decides to play. There's a bit of holding there and a free out. I think it was Anya Phelan was being held. That free can't be taken like that because it wasn't inside the 45, Claire.
Yeah, and we were having this discussion before the game. She was fouled herself. You're entitled to take a free from the hand if you're within your own 45. She wasn't exactly within her own 45 there, and the referee called it back. I think he was giving her a chance because I think that's supposed to be a throw ball. Maybe I'm wrong on that now, but I think if you take that free incorrectly, we were talking about this before the game, it's supposed to be a throw ball. Anyway, it's first day out with all the new rules, and we'll just get on with it.
And Aoife Prendergast sends this one along again. Comes off the top of Sarah Crowley's hurl, but one here some very good defending again by Sarah O'Connor. A great catch by Ciara O'Connor. Ciara is going to charge down on top of the Kilkenny defence again, showing great pace. She has an A. Curran inside. Hand pass goes inside to an A. Curran. Gathered nicely. Hooked well. Aoife Prendergast hooked her well that time, but the shot from an A. Curran is flicked in. Nearly, is it a goal? No, it was a great flick by Joanne Dillon, but it's gone to the left-hand side and out for a 45. But that was almost a very, very well taken goal if it had just been a little bit firmer on the connection, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. A bit like Mikey Dwyer's last week for Wexford. If Joanne had been on the other side, it definitely would have been in the back of the net. But a great flick by Joanne, and she followed the ball the whole way in and could have very easily been in the back of the net.
Stellar work there by Ciara O'Connor as well, into an A. Curran again and onto Joanne, and in fairness, great work from Sarah O'Connor to read it in the full back line. So wide ball now, but unlucky for Wexford.
So I think a wide ball has been given. Possibly there was no touch after Joanne Dillon flicked at that time. Maybe it just rolled out over the line. So the game is underway again. Danielle Quigley is there for Kilkenny. She has it up, nearly had it up very nicely, but it's kicked forward, and first to it now is Orla Sinnott for Wexford. Hand pass to Kate Kerwin. The rain is coming down in waves again here, but that's a great score by Kate Kerwin. 3 points for her, and a very good performance by Kate Kerwin overall, Claire.
And brilliant. I mean, she was missing there for a couple of minutes of the start of the second half, but she has proved her worth definitely on her first choice on this team. Great work too by Orla Sinnott, who has come in.
Ciara O'Connor with it again, making great ground. Hooked that time by Eva Hines, but O'Connor has gathered it again. Her hurl has been held and a free in, and if we're given man of the matches or women of the matches, Kate, I think Ciara O'Connor will be certainly on the short list.
Absolutely. I think she's finishing the game very, very strong. She's gone down the middle about 3 or 4 times there in the last 10 minutes and shown, great, as you say, athleticism and her energy and striking. Like, there was 4 players chasing her at that point, and she still was hooked and won the ball back. So great piece of work by Ciara O'Connor.
And now standing over the free, so that just goes to show the confidence is up.
And that one has gone over the bar. That's 4 points now for Ciara O'Connor in this game. Ball just skips away from Aisling Curtis. It's pulled on by Emma Walsh and out for a line ball for Kilkenny.
The half-back line for Wexford have been really strong today. Really, from Katie O'Connor, I know she made room for substitute coming in, but they've been really strong and really sure of their positioning today all through.
Danielle Quigley now charging down on the Wexford defence, being chased. That hand pass just spills a little bit, and it gives the Wexford defenders time to gather back, and it's who is it? I should say Amy Cardiff it is. I was lost in myself there for a moment, and the referee is given a free now to Kilkenny. But
Amy Cardiff has done super work today, Peter, in the middle of the field. She seems to be lying along the half-back line, gathering the ball, moving forward, and sometimes all that Trojan work sometimes goes unnoticed. So I think she's actually doing brilliant work today, and it's lovely to see all the Wexford players are willing to put in that kind of hard work.
Free, Eva Hines takes it and sends it straight over the bar. Another point back for Kilkenny, 118 to 13 points now, an 8-point game. Hook out again over this near side. Una Sinnott is under it for Wexford. Una Sinnott and Ciara Phelan battling away. It's flicked off the hurl of Una Sinnott by Trace Donnelly for a Wexford line ball.
Well done, Ciara Phelan.
Going to be taken by Orla Sinnott. Straight off the helmet of Danielle Quigley. She didn't know much about it, but it's here now with Una Sinnott. Una is being held, and the referee is given a free for not releasing the ball when she tapped it on her hurl.
I felt that was a little bit harsh, to be fair to Una. The Kilkenny girl was definitely dragging over and didn't give her the opportunity to release the ball. But look, an opportunity for Aoife Prendergast to maybe get another point.
Well struck again. This is an exhibition of long-range free taken now, Claire.
Again from the same position, middle of the field, off her left. She doesn't need to practice for the next game now. She said that many shots from the same position here in the second half of this game. A brilliant score from her.
118 to 14 points. It's been a good free-flowing game, and the referee has called a halt to it with a Wexford victory here by 7 points in Belfield, 118 to 14 points. A very enjoyable game, plenty of very well taken scores, plenty of good teamwork on both sides, Kate. And Wexford should be very happy with their performance for the first day out.
Yeah, I think so. Look at 118 to 14 points. It's a great result. They got over the line and they tried out a lot of new players here today, and I think that's very positive for Wexford. There's a good bit of teamwork in them. It's positive, and you know, you can only build on wins, and winning builds confidence, and I think they need a little bit of that too. So 118 to 14 points, I think that's a good result for the first day out, and gets them off on the right footing.
And Kilkenny, of course, can be pleased with the way things went here today. I know they obviously didn't get on the right side of the victory, but there were some very good performances overall, particularly, as we've mentioned plenty of times here. Aoife Prendergast was exceptional there in the half-back line. I thought Ciara Murphy had a very good game in the corner-back position, Claire, and plenty from a Kilkenny point of view to be pleased about as well.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, they're exposed to the senior panel, the All-Ireland champions, so they're training with the best in the country at the moment. So, of course, that's going to bring its own advantages. As you mentioned, Ciara Murphy did really well from the first minute of the game. Ciara was playing well. Aoife Prendergast, Leanne Fennelly back from Australia since last winter. So it's nice to see her presence back again. Aisling Curtis worked really hard in the middle of the field for Kilkenny. Some nice work up front then by Sophie O'Dwyer, who was their only scorer up until the third quarter. Therese Donnelly and Sarah Crowley and Danielle Quigley not afraid to work either. So their exposure to the to training with the All-Ireland champions, it stands to them, and every game they play now, they'll only get stronger and stronger, especially when they're training with like that with an intermediate or senior and a second team training together. It can only bring good things, you know.
So overall, a very good performance here. Wexford can be happy enough. What's next on the agenda now for Wexford, Kate, to look forward to?
Yeah, well, Wexford have a bye next weekend, so they have the weekend off, and then they head to O'Moore County the following weekend to play Laois in the last game of their group stages, and then the quarterfinals are the week after, and semi-finals and final. And I suppose Wexford being in Division 2 at the minute, you would expect them to, I suppose, have games the whole month of June. And look at it, they've a panel of over 30 players. It'll give them, better preparation for championship if they have that level of games going forward. And once you get to quarterfinal stages and they're knockout matches, you can't beat kind of knockout matches and game time. So I'd imagine that I'd hope that Wexford will get over Laois, qualify for a quarter-final, get a better draw because they come through top of this group, and we'll see them, pushing on the middle of June into a final in this division.
We'd definitely be hopeful for that anyway for Wexford, and the girls are showing great intent here today with how they started the season, particularly with their desire to win the puck-outs and play off for each other. Very few wides again. I think only 5 wides in total. 25 puck-outs won in the game, or 24 puck-outs won. I mean, I know. We expected them to win here today, but the fact that they showed their intent as well was very good. Also, I think what was brilliant to see was the likes of Maeve Sinnott, Kate Kerwin, all those new girls coming in, and then you have the Leah Walshes and the Orla Sinnotts and all those girls coming in, getting a taste of what it's like to play in senior camogie for Wexford. Because at the end of the day, if you're playing camogie, that's where you want to be. You want to be playing with the senior team, and you want to be playing with the best and against the best. And please God, going forward, like Kate said, we'll get through Laois, get to a quarter-final, and there's nothing like knockout stages to bring you up to the standard, and that's where we want to see Wexford camogie.
Yep, it certainly is. So that's all from us here in Belfield today from the Littlewoods Ireland National Camogie League. We'll be back next week for coverage of the Wexford junior team who start their league campaign here in Belfield as well. So for now, thanks very much for joining us, and take care.